Hi everyone, this is Ashish Kyal here. Welcome again to Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul. Fantastic to see all of you over here. And then it's going to be fantastic to interact with the mentees and also participants from OTTA. I'm suppose they are also here. I'm not too sure, but it's great. Yes, there are participants from OTTA as well. So this is going to be a revision session plus the Q&A plus a lot of things that you might have in mind and a lot of those things. So that's going to be a very interesting session today. Apart from that, काफी सारी चीजें हमने अभी आज देखी आज के दिन में हुई. So overall market की volatility बहुत ही ज्यादा थी. You can clearly see that and make that out. So there are, okay, I can see Satyamurthy is here. The OTTA students are also here. And after today's movement, right, it's always brilliant to analyze the market and see ki ho kya raha hai. Let's go first, then we will be taking the questions and answers. Then we will also be forming a clear cut trading set strategy from tomorrow, kaise options ko trade karna hai. And we are also going to look at Nifty path ahead. You looking at wave theory, looking at time cycles, combining both of those together and forming a classic option strategy. And you should not be anxious because market ka jo movement hai, that movement is anyways was expected कि ओवरऑल रेंज में है और वो रेंज का ब्रेकडाउन आना है. वो पता था. रेंज का ब्रेकडाउन कब आना है वो थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चनेबल था, लेकिन आरबीआई की पॉलिसी के साथ आ गया. दैट्स फाइन, राइट. दैट रिजल्टेड इनटू अ लेसर रिएक्शन टाइम. सो वो क्या रहा है, लेट मी वेरी क्विकली स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द स्क्रैच. व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? First of all, an LIC IPO has opened, which is going to suck out liquidity big time because this is one of the biggest IPO that we can see, and that's going to suck out liquidity. So that is one. Secondly, इसके साथ में क्या हुआ? इसके साथ ही में जो margin requirement था, for example, if you are trading in derivatives, the cash margin component that you have to keep with the broker along with collateral, that has gone up to 50%. So that has also sucked out liquidity. इसके साथ ही में जो पेंडिंग था which just triggered the entire collapse was the policy sudden announcement of 40 basis point cut. It has been more than a month since I've been saying that there has to be an action from central government because inflation is going to go rampant, and they finally realized that it is going rampant, and that's why the rate hike happened, and that is the reason why we saw the crash. But is that really the reason why we saw the crash? नहीं, because crash अगर देखें तो सुबह से ही सेलिंग चालू थी. मार्केट ओपन हुआ, वहां से डिप आई, and there was a short term time cycle basis of which there was a possibility of a reversal, जो हुआ भी. Nearly around 100 points, 120 points का pull back आया, but that low got taken out. So that resulted into the selling pressure. So time भी sell में turn हो गया जो buy में था. Until the afternoon, the second half was supposed to be a buying time frame, but RBI, so imagine RBI came exactly at that time and turned. So 1 o'clock पे low बना, 2 o'clock तक चला. Post the RBI announcement, the trigger continued and the selling pressure continued on the downside. The bond prices, if you look at the bond prices, that increased sharply. So 7.40 हो गया 10-year bond yield, which sharply showed a spike on the upside. These all things are indication of running inflation. I'm still telling you, if you have to save yourself, the only way to safeguard against this kind of thing is to park your money in a short-term debt instrument. If you park your money in long-term instrument, you will lose. If you park your money in stocks, you will lose. This is not the market to bottom fish. This is the market to sell on rise. And now that the low of that range, which was going on from 16,800 levels towards 17,500, 400 level, that range is for sure taken out. ये रेंज ब्रेक होने के साथ ही में नीचे का ट्रेंड शुरू हो चुका है, वो तो है. लेकिन and along with that, one more very important thing, lunar cycle, जो अमावस्या पे 2 दिन की स्टेबिलिटी मिली मार्केट को and 2 दिन के बाद लो ब्रेक हो गया, which means the cycle as per lunar has turned down. 55 days time cycle, which we have discussed in the mentorship program, or we will be discussing in the Master of Waves program, which is in 28th, 29th में वो हम करेंगे. That 55 days time cycle has also in the topping zone until 27th of May. So उसके ऊपर detailed research मैंने publish किया already. That is also in the topping zone, and that has been going to be on the downside. So that is going to be bearish. Lunar cycle is bearish. साथ ही में जो शॉर्ट टर्म का साइकिल था जिसके ऊपर उम्मीद थी कि आज के दिन में शायद थोड़ा बाउंस बैक आ गया, वो आया भी, लेकिन it was only for around 120 130 points, and then the market collapsed and broke that low. So that has turned bearish. Weekly chart पे overall price action has turned breakdown हो गया, जो support zone था that has turned bearish. So the point I am trying to make is this market is now going to be a bearish market. This is the beginning of a bear market. Many people will not accept it because they are possibly bullish. They will say ऐसा नहीं होता है, ये तो temporary, and they will find out bullish reasons. I don't care. What I am trying to tell you is that this is the beginning. If this is the beginning, no fear of missing out, right? This is just the start. So prepare your tools, prepare yourself to start using trending methods in the market, because वो चीज चलेगी अभी. Or trending methods, the best way to use is Ichimoku Cloud, which is going to be super, that you have to use. The bar technique, the candlestick bar technique, which we have done in OTTA, use that method. Along with that, you have to combine now the opportunity to use the pullback to sell call options. If you want to buy put options, उसके लिए टाइम करना एक्यूरेटली बहुत जरूरी होगा, क्योंकि अगर इंडिकेटर ओवरसोल्ड है इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप बाय करो. ओके, सो ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड. व्हेन आई से सेल ऑन राइज, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि अभी बाय ऑन डिप्स है. पीपल मिस्टेक दैट कि यहां से अगर पुल बैक आएगा तो हम बाय करते. नो, सी मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द टाइम्स the places where you get stuck are the areas which you have missed out as a trend, and you want markets to go up, and that's why you do certain blunders. Please avoid doing that, especially the mentees. We have laid down strict disciplinary rules in your Excel sheet. Follow those rules. That will be the most important technique right now in the current context of the market. So abhi chal kya raha hai, like I was saying, is this entire scenario has turned on the downside. But since the indicators are oversold, you will not be surprised to see sudden pullback of 100, 200, 300 points. So in this case, what we have to select as a strike price for option has to be far away strike price. If you select a nearby strike price, you will get whipsawed, because wo near around strike price, that will be sharply increasing because of these kind of movements that happen. So ensure that you don't do any kind of adjustments now in options. If you start doing adjustments, you will on the opposite side. So for example, if you're losing out on call, then you can do it. But if you're losing out on put, get out. Do not try to lower the strike. अरे 17,000 17,000 बेचा था, अभी 16,500 बेचेंगे. Then from 16,500, or let's go to 16,000. Don't do that. If you get into that, I have seen what happened in March 2020. I'm not saying we are going that way. Lekin the risk does not warrant the adjustments on options right now. This is the time where you have to play with stop losses, use pullbacks to sell, and you have to ensure that you do not bottom fish. What you have to ensure is to also only and only if you see a close above previous day high, you know there is a pause. Unless you see a close above previous day, I do not even think of doing anything. इसमें फीलिंग क्या आती है, अगर यार प्रीवियस डे हाई तो 400 पॉइंट दूर है, निफ्टी 400 पॉइंट रैली हो गया, फिर मैं कैसे बाय करूं? It's okay, right? You have to enjoy some time not doing anything, and that's where the trader's discipline is required, not to do anything. So we will now move on forward to the part of going to the chart, looking at precisely where you have to enter, where you have to exit, क्या ट्रेड सेटअप होगा, कल से आपको ट्रेड लेना कैसे है ऑप्शंस पे, इंट्राडे करो या पोजिशनल करो, कैसे खुद को प्रिपेयर करना है फॉर द अपकमिंग बेयर मार्केट. आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू right now with the chart very clearly. So all your attention completely over here, and we are going to do that together. But from here on, we are live on YouTube, but this is exclusively only for the participants of Trading Gurukul. So I'm going to stop my YouTube session now, and we are going to be focusing purely on the chart, and I'm going to take every single question that you people have, so do not worry about it. So पहले chart पे जाएंगे, so step by step we are going to see the cycles that I have talked about. Step by step we will see the levels where Nifty can reverse from, and where you have to enter the options if you want to even buy puts. तो वो सब चीजें हम अभी करेंगे.